Okay, heat wave is continuing, 30 degrees outside. Oh, really sweaty in here. Have some warm coffee. And we've got another game to try out. Necrophosis. Immediately reminds me of Scorn, which I think I played during one of the Halloween month streams. Was it last year? Might have been a couple of years actually. But thank you to RS Dragonis for setting me a key for this one. I did really like Scorn. So that was H.R. Geiger inspired. This is going to be Beksinski inspired, who is like a Polish painter. Kind of got a similar style. Beksinski has more of this desert-looking stuff that you kind of had in Scorn already, but Geiger has that grayish look and also the sexual elements that you see in a lot of the paintings, like the inspiration for Alien, for example.
To see a world in a grain of sand, and a heaven in a wild flower. Hold infinity in the palm of your hand, and eternity in an hour.
Necessary, more flesh and bone will be formed. So I think this is gonna be much more puzzle oriented than Scorn was. Necessary desecration, the gift of perception wasted on a rotting husk. Hope sight, the toil of death embedded in ocular ruin. Lovely. Ooh. Walk upstairs, this is the realm of death. No other. This is where gods are dead and the old ones suffer. Nice.
I met a traveler from an antique land who said, "Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and snare of cold command. Tell that its sculptor well those passions read which yet survive. Stamped on these lifeless things, the hand that mocked them, and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal these words appear. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away.
Huh. Was not expecting speech. Wisdom requires payment. Beyond grasp. Missing remnants meant to be trampled. Very good thing. Acts of prayer wasted on a lost cause. People cadavers try to recall the wound of fire. The tongue is full of carvings rendered in an ancient script that reveal the following: the perpetual fate of consciousness. All that exists is condemned to suffer in endless torment, for in this realm life and death are but hollow echoes stripped of meaning. In this vast garden of bone, each remnant stepped upon belongs to a being that fully matured in a state of eternal unlife. Although completely spent, they cannot die. They cannot rest, nor can they see, speak, move, think, or feel, still forced to exist, yet entirely unable to. As the body rots and physicality fades, the last fragments of consciousness eventually drift away, forming an oppressive strain of emotion, the spiteful shape of fear, pain, and anger, compounded by the misery of all beings forced to dwell on this plane. To witness this torment, one need only look up. Lovely. Crownless royals succumbing to rot. Lots of eyes.
burden of choice falls upon thee. As the hour draws near, thou shalt stand at the crossroads of death and rebirth. For chaos hath already laid waste to realms untold.
Okay. The abyss ahead rends flesh and consumes the mind. Burden is overwhelming. Oh, when he's tried to sprint. Misery. Impulsive gestures of faith can relieve that kind of suffering. More brain. Crown. Ugh. Frail creature wails in despair as it rots from within. Baby cone. Once a symbol of royalty from ancient times, now but a reminder of ruin. Display of bygone authority. Pitiful as one's decay is inevitable.
I stand as a monument to this forsaken world, once a servant to a divine god. Eons have passed since the cosmos met its demise. Beware, for this realm has morphed into a somber vault, and now you are woven into its enigmatic tapestry.
Thanks. That's all of the items we had. Blood grew like mushrooms or flowers. Anything we can do to the baby clone. I don't like it how its back twists. Can I do something to it? Did I really not get anything from this thing? Anything down here? Doesn't seem like it. Can I do something else with the brains? Maybe. I remove them. Can. Pulls them away. Does it actually let you pick them up? The bug and this baby cone are the only things I could think of. I don't see any other prompts when I pick that up. Yeah, it just has the put back prompt. Curious what the hell these things are that just speak to you. kind of item that I'm missing somewhere. I think I can just walk around with this thing. The moment I move it even a little, it starts screaming. Need to get a brain from somewhere. Don't see any glowing anywhere. Yeah, all this does is say beyond grasp. Can't interact with this bit. I'm thinking that we use that thing to get this corpse down. Yeah, I think I'm missing one item somewhere, but I'm just not spotting it. This torment one only needs to look up. I just think of what I would have missed. Must be something really small. Oh. Well, they're in the right place now. We're still missing the third brain. Yeah, I've been rolling this around for a while and it doesn't seem to do any prompts. Maybe let me rip it out completely. Yeah, it's a Beksinski-inspired game. kind of stuck with the puzzle. But that's more of a Geiger thing, the grayish look. Yeah, good old New Vegas. Looks like that end section in Start is kind of... Might have to look up a hint. Yeah, that's Jesus. Mexican Geiger sounds like would be pretty sweet. Okay, to look up a walkthrough. I've been walking around this intro area for like half an hour. I hate when Steam guides just post a video. Uh-oh. Might be one of those lesser known games that doesn't have any guides. Well, there are guides, but they all look to be in Russian. Geiger tarot deck. Nice. Okay. What the hell am I missing? If I was just playing this on my own time, I would feel up for more experimenting, but it just sucks to be stuck in nothing on a stream. Oh. This is a fucking step ladder that I placed here. I thought that it was part of the turret, like it's gonna turn with it. Would be a hell of a design choice to just sell a game where you get stuck in one area. Call it artistic. Oh, there's the last brain. Oh, it's a crab. Sweet.
Our ancient eyes behold the rare sight. A lone wanderer venturing into our desolate domain after eons untold. Bound by the unyielding grip of Necrophosis, we, the Elder Gods, are surprised by your presence. Few like you have dared to tread this path. Yet, here you stand, a glimmer of hope in our eternal suffering. Should you choose to aid us in our plight, freeing Hnum from his eternal servitude, we shall grant you passage to your destination.
You just got a big head. A really nice face sack. Each visage endures a unique form of torment, distinct in nature and intensity. Unbound yet far too damaged, the husk of his former self wasting away before the very gods who ruined him. Though all beings rot, the extent of their depravity varies. Divine allegiances and bonds become meaningless once gods come to terms with the sentence they must bear. When power fades to a whisper where a howl of fury once roared, most lash out with further violence upon each other and those below them. Stark reminded that even at the end of it all, some beings will always remain beneath the gods and must endure their whims. As consciousness deteriorates, it shapes the future black. For the volatility of certain cognitions is a defilement of creation. I love whatever these things are. They remind me of an old point and click game. Is it Tormentum or something? Being is enduring intense suffering, yet its gaze is filled with compassion. Though cursed, its empathy remains untouched.
In the cosmic void, I awaken from my sleep. A ghostly form, a galaxy's sweep. As you pass by, I stir and rise, a spectral being with starlit sight. I beckon you forth with a shimmering light, guiding you through the endless fright. Towards the gate of death we make our way, but even death's gate has crumbled to decay. I speak of a world, once death's domain, now a museum where time's relics remain. Old gods and monuments from ages past, collected here in the cosmic vast. This realm where death reigns, now a museum of time's refrain. And with strange eons, even death may die, as the universe's echoes fade and sigh.
This is such a cool effect on the inside of the coat. Really impressive. The visuals are just amazing. Yeah, with Geiger you don't usually think of Well, I guess you kind of think of Lovecraftian elements, like what made all these worlds and stuff. Ooh. It's such a different kind of feeling. It's really hard to explain this and the Geiger aesthetic. I guess it's kind of like Lovecraft, but all of the gods have already died. So it's just a barren world with nothing really. Just flopped. I lost my cool Titan. Strange eons, even death may die. It's a Lovecraft quote. Ah, okay. At death's door, the gate of bone looms tall, adorned with true finalities, a deserving form of lesser gods. Its existence a vast significance of primordial nature, granted upon this world by the desire of titans beyond it. Beyond it, the first steps into a desolation of marrowless bones, drenched in the essence of all that is wrong. Gates may open, but the final cycle has yet to pass, one that will trigger the divine execution. Keeps praying.
Of all the beings and deities that have passed through these gates, I never expected consciousness itself to appear. This path was once a flowing river of souls. Now, reduced to mere steps, remnants of what once was. I am curious to see where this journey will lead you. But know this, the path has been sealed, and only payment with souls can grant you passage. Feed my lantern with the souls of the Forsaken, and I shall open the way that leads into the darkness. For no other path remains to be tread.
Ooh. Why the long face? If necessary, more flesh and bone will be formed. Land was carved by no maker. It was the darkest stain feeding the celestial fabric. An endless desert where the concepts of life and death held no meaning, with silence itself as its only subject and ruler. For eons the land remained untouched, but such quiet was never meant to endure. In an instant the timeless silence was shattered and defiled, replaced by the piercing screams of legions, nations and gods. A total subjugation to decay, manifested by the shape of chaos, thrown beyond. It's shit. Baby. One ugly baby.
This giant's hand, my tears endlessly fall, fleeing collapsing realms, escaping death's final call. I was the deity of dreams, with spider legs so fine, weaving fantasies and visions, a tapestry divine, entities from shadows and light, drawn to my delicate art. But dreams turn to nightmares, tearing my soul apart. Trapped within my own creations, in this realm I now reside. Eternal suffering my companion, with nowhere left to hide.
Knack. An echo of sadness created by a depressed and lonely being. It holds no remedial qualities, yet its resonance may provide a fleeting sense of comfort. Yeah, giving birth. You shit out the baby. My dad said I came out of my mom's ass. Yeah, that's why they call them little shits. Exactly. Horrid infestation. The figure bound to the rock harbors an infection most vile, with maggots dropping deep, feasting both upon the host and on themselves. The parasites churn and writhe, feeding relentlessly, forming a repugnant corruption. Although raw, there is some order to their ravaging. The maggots take turns in their destruction, revealing a pattern. This rhythm offers a glimpse into the structure of the infestation. This vernal youngling dwelt in the darkness of the womb, quietly sobbing among malformed brethren. Now post-expulsion, it gestates into a world where nothing can calm its cries. Ooh. Ah, you wanted a little snack. Here you go. Ah, anorectic. Sweet. Oh, you want another one? Soul essence. Psyche of death, encased in a deteriorating bone sphere that shields its ever-fading light. Need to find more babies.
Our purpose awakens once more at the presence of consciousness itself. If you seek passage into the darkness, know this. The path is not freely given. You must feed the entrance, the essence of souls. For only through this offering can the gateway be opened. Beware, for even consciousness cannot grasp the horrors that dwell within the darkness. Beyond these steps lies a realm of unimaginable terror and despair.
Nice little snack. Ooh. In the emptiness between life and death lies a void. When the curse seeped into its darkness, the abyss began mutilating its shape in retaliation. In ceaseless devourment, the black form devolves, becoming increasingly imperfect and spewing forth physical manifestations of itself, while losing grip on its transcendental qualities. The emergence of such crude beings is a mockery of all creation. The Black Cradle. Cases of repulsive misery, nothing more. Terrace below. Beneath the gateway lies a tomb, with winding passageways spiraling into textural enigmas, where the walls bend and twist as the curse corrupts its chambers. It is a place inhabited by creatures of spite, their complexity varying, as does their intent and the shape of their will. The passage remains in slumber, dreading its awakening, for even in this rotting realm, certain things must remain out of sight. Ooh. Remembrance of an era when the stars still burned across the cosmic planes. You want a smiling mask? So is it possible to die? That's what I'm getting from these things. I don't know how you die in the first area. Can I get another baby? Thing is hungry. Transfiguration through degradation. When skin meets stone, a pact may be formed. Skin rips open, soil tastes flesh, and blood nurtures the depths below. If the earth accepts the red taste, the pact is sealed. Organs rupture the fluids meant to nourish the things that begin to crawl within. When full, the impertinent ones splinter bone, carrying the marrow to the deepest parts, feeding the most despicable of forms. As the process unfolds, the buried self fades, while the exposed self, mutilated and abandoned, clings to the memory of God, a distant shape who has long since withered, unable to aid its subjects.
Suffering the relentless curse of Necrophosis. My thirst is unending. A torment that gnaws at my very essence. Find me some extinguish this eternal thirst, even if it exists only in thought. In return, I shall offer you what remains of me, a relic of my forsaken existence.
You want the tear? Thanks. Rapid celebration of vitality that may still hold some meaning. The semblance of life intrinsic to this object is still valued by the departed. We'll have a coin. What? Got another soul. Guessing that the last one probably comes from this thing. Mask bearing an expression of incompatible with this world, it caught the interest of the raw voidlings, perhaps attracted by a shared discrepancy of self. Below is nevermore, darkness there and nothing more. Oh,
Traveler, can you perceive my endless torment? I am Tithonus, cursed with eternal life, but not eternal youth. Now I am condemned to wither, decaying eternally in this forsaken realm. 4 lives I have endured, and 4 masks I bear. Each one a fragment of my shattered existence. Yet one is lost, and without it I remain incomplete. A ghost wandering through eons of despair. Aid me, I implore you. Find my missing face, and in return, I shall grant you a coin of ancient worth, a relic from a time long forgotten. Help me restore my final mask, and perhaps I can grasp a fleeting moment of peace in this cursed eternity.
Yeah, you've got a sail. Is that weird Eldritch or Latin? Net Atiris Nev Realty.
It's a bit too late for me to pay for my entrance. I was a ferryman of souls, dragging them into the darkness for eons. Yet, the curse of Necrophosis has petrified my bones into an endless mutation, rendering me immobile. All I can offer you now is my wisdom. This realm has become a prison for some, a vault for others. Ancient ones and forgotten entities alike were brought here to be preserved and to serve as trophies in this morbid collection. Beware, for their anguish and power still linger, trapped within this forsaken place.
Okay, I gotta take a quick break here. I'll be right back. Whew. God, I am not happy with these temperatures. Uh-oh. Did it crash? It's one of those games that doesn't like being alt-tapped from... Oh, I hope it didn't lose all the progress. Well, let's see. Oh, okay. These are save points. I need one more soul. Can I just toss this guy into that thing's mouth? Such a remarkably off-putting thing. Eat me. There is a way to die. Wait, did I actually get a soul from that? Oh. But I wasn't good enough for you. Or I guess I just don't have a soul. Is about right. It would be pretty fucking insulting to be like caught by a man-eating creature and it spits you out. Ooh. Ugh. Doesn't seem like I can talk to them. Wait, there was something there. Oh. It's like that dark room. Can I maybe grab one of the darklings? Oh. No, I thought it grabbed me. Imagine being like a god thing and you create a being to solve some grand issue, send them on a great journey, and turns out they're a complete dumbass and don't get anything done. Can I drag that one thing that was spraying into that thing? Probably outside the gates. One more thing. You're pointing to something. The only other thing I can think of is this thing. Doesn't seem to have any interactions anymore. I grab one of these beans that show up. No. Can I pull these back and make it fall? Something fucky there. Keep getting stuck on like the third thing in each area so far. I don't know, maybe one of these wall things speaks. To see if I can grab anything from his body. Oh, what? Seem to have any use. When you get next to something that talks, it usually turns the camera to it. Is that the only one that moves? Another one here, right? No, this is the only one. Doesn't have any interactions though. And from the bug and the cone baby from before, we know that there are interactions that don't do anything. I think I'll just have to pull up the guide again. A little bit immersion breaking, but it's such an individual thing. I'd have to see how others do at this game to figure out if the stuff is just too obscure. Where the hell is that? Oh. Shit. Thing right here next to the books. This thing. That's a memory game. I'm sure the trypophobiacs watching are happy. Kind of blacked out on the last part. Yeah, yes, it was the other one. Yum. Infection. Livid organism with an insatiable urge to feed on blood and crawl ripping flesh, amplifying violence the more its host suffers.
Come closer. You bear no crown, yet the crown of consciousness is imbued within your essence. Oh, to pass beyond a wretched union, you must awaken that which lies dormant in your mind. But to achieve this, you must seek out the three crowns that once adorned our heads. Each crown a fragment of our lost glory is hidden within the shadows of our crumbled kingdoms. Only by reuniting these symbols of power can you sever the chains that bind us. Venture into the depths of decay, brave soul, and reclaim the grounds that will restore our shattered legacy. Only then can you truly pass beyond our tormented existence. sway over us, the Old Ones. We are woven from the dreams and nightmares of a far greater being, a blind force that thrashes in the void. Your suffering is merely the prelude, a fragment of torment. Yet your agony will echo through the cosmos itself.
Cube. Cube vibrates faintly as it completes each cycle. Statue here wanted it. Deterioration. Its veiny surface pulses with an energy linked to the curse of Necrophosis. Although it seems to lack any obvious function, it bears the weight of forgotten ages, an unsettling relic from a time long past. Ceaseless ruin. I cannot recall how long I have suffered this existential depravity. At first, my psyche was the target of great devastation. The curse slowly burned all my memories, before rotting my dreams into grotesque visions. The decay of my body soon followed as the relentless sand wore away at my skin, scraping and tearing until my flesh was flayed open. With my innards exposed, every movement became unbearable. With each motion, muscle fibers tore, while it felt as though shards of glass were grinding within my joints, each affliction compounding the searing agony. The being that brought us here sought not to kill us, but to unmake us, then grind our very essence.
Strained across the endless reaches, searching, unraveling, yet still its nature eludes me. Of all I have encountered within the universe, this remains unknown. An anomaly I carried here when I too was drawn into this void. It is but a fragment now, a shard of what once devoured the stars and consumed the light itself. You will need this relic, though its purpose has faded to mere memory. Take it, a remnant of the cosmic devourer, a force older than decay itself.
Fragment of the great being that ate itself into nothingness, the cosmic deicide. Anything in this chamber that I missed? Oh, it's me. Strongly infatuated by a rotting carcass. Husk of bone that formerly belonged. The void now understands what conscious thoughts cannot comprehend. Past primordial, an emptiness As emptiness fades and darkness lost its purity, an anomaly awoke. While seeking the end of the borders of dancing shadows, the void encountered something that perplexed its form. An amalgamated being vibrant beyond the torment that damaged it. Shaped by 1,000 bones, bound in infinite flesh, its thoughts carried out by radiant voices, each represented by a unique shade in the endless spectrum of emotion. The abyss beheld creation itself. Can't mute WhatsApp. Okay, doesn't seem like there's anything else here. What do I feed that thing then? Oh. My favorite snack. Eye of a lesser god. This eye cleared upon dead gods torching lesser kin. Renounced crown. The most coveted possession of men becomes meaningless when the toil of existence becomes unbearable.
For a while, I long to see the world beyond this wall. Please, find a way to free me from this wretched place. I will do all I can to guide you through this forgotten nightmare. Just don't leave me here to rot in this eternal stillness.
Ooh. £8 starvation. Designer of flesh and bone. Oh shit! Ravage. Is the same gonna happen? Oh no, I still have the bone. Can I free that thing here now? Ugh. Head. Melancholic being of neutral character, it craves distraction, any form of stimulation, and above all, an end to its limbless existence. Relatable.
That's the one who severed my head. Let it go. Some torments are better left buried. Do it. End my suffering. My essence will find a new purpose in this world.
Is that you, Head? Oh, it's got like 8 limbs now. Living the dream. Demented creature bleeding out its neck. Can I go through now?
Rise, Wanderer. The time will come when you must face the final sacrifice. Your very self. But heed this warning, for that is when the true torment begins. Your consciousness will fracture, scattering across the newborn universe, bound to every soul yet to be. Their suffering, their joys, their tragedies, you will experience them all. Pay heed, Wanderer, for none can say what lies beyond should you refuse. To break the cycle may be your only salvation, or your final undoing. Only by upholding it can you keep death itself at bay.
That was a cool design. Low, hey? I guess we're gonna have a final choice of either restarting the universe or ending it. Gnosis through pain. In the hands of creation, pain and pleasure are bound, for without one the other cannot be justified. Existence without pain leads to the numbness of life itself. Without the weight of suffering, one becomes indifferent to the beauty life offers, unable to appreciate the depths of experience that only hardship can reveal. The creature beyond is one who can carve the boon of pain upon creation.
Look closely. Do you recognize it, little spark? This hollow vessel, this brain, it was once you. A fragment of the single consciousness that birthed all things. You scattered yourself to light the void, to fill it with life. And in doing so, you destroyed everything you wear. That is your curse. This brain I hold is a remnant of your last cycle, one of many. Dead, but not meaningless. I claimed it after your final breath ignited the stars and splintered your mind into countless souls. Every being that has ever existed, they are all you. And when the universe dies, you are born again, bound to repeat the same act, always giving, always fading. You seek this remnant of yourself, but tell me, little creator, do you know what must be done to bring the universe into being once more? You must destroy yourself again. The single consciousness must shatter so that countless others may exist. You are the vessel, the seed, the sacrifice. This realm is a key, a prison bound by the curse of Necrophosis. Free me, and you will have what you came for, and I will become the agony, the despair, the pain of every conscious being yet to exist.
My corpse rotting before me. I need 6 brains this time. Past consciousness, young remembrance, it is particularly emotionless and cold. Carve pain into existence so it may awaken to its beauty. Blessed Mind allows one to grasp what lies beyond Necrophosis and its veil of rot. Yeah. Imagery in this game is just next level in all of the places. lonely one denies even the self. Struggler of parasitic behavior, it digs deep into the husk of the dead. Mad servant, broken one, fed tainted thoughts until it faded into oblivion, and oblivion claimed it all. Burdened by entombed bodies, the structure remains unmoving. Empty vial of unlife. Brave more shapes existence through destruction. Confusion. Lesser psyche devoid of emotion and reason, driven solely by instinct. There we go. Putrescence. Damaged and rotten mind, barely capable of basic function. That's not for that. What is that thing there? Stillborn, the creation lacks essence. Oh. Body stuck. Soul suffocates, struggling within. Damaged and rotten, mind left to waste. Accept finality. Resign control. Dissolve thoughts. Unbind form. Let go of self. True nature. Core of a frail one, pure trauma stripped of rotten flesh and dark thoughts. Obsession and grief leave no room for thoughts. Turmoil. Tormented cognition with grief and sorrow burrowed to the very core. Reject essence. Oh, it's a soul. Artificial essence. Feeble spectre of vitality, a dull creation and a mockery of death. Vile end, misshapen form of finality, the foundation of ruin. Wonder where those coins are here. Oh, this one. The embrace of two selfless malforms. End. Blessed sight allows one to behold what transcends the shape of chaos. There's one more coin somewhere. Oh, right there. Coin featuring detestable imagery that captures the depravity of lesser gods. Coin masterfully adorned with intricate designs depicting the fulfillment found in creation. It's a pretty sick coin. Okay. Mind sight. Oh yeah, there you can see that reading thing here. Devotion is the guiding force of creation. It shapes one's life and brings meaning and purpose to existence. This is most felt throughout the world beyond a cryptic domain where the choir of forefathers refuses to fade. As strugglers continue their pilgrimage in undeath, the purest souls who have yet to lose themselves in Necrophosis find their way to this realm, where the weight of torment is shared among brethren through burning times. This realm will bestow creation with the spirit necessary to forge a resilient and passionate existence. Void is the plane that embraces finality, and the emptiness it offers draws the line between life and death. When Necrophosis touched this abyss, a dance of shadows began, culminating in agonizing flaying, and the misery felt throughout took on a cosmic form of pure devastation. This force of destruction will grant the benediction needed to nullify this curse and reward creation with its end. Oh, that is amazing. Man, that is so beautiful. Come on, that's a sick animated desktop wallpaper right there. Brood being, the distorted embrace of shadows gave birth to this disgusting form. groans as if in pain, yet it possesses no feelings or perception. That has to be one of the prettiest sights I've seen in a video game. But god damn. Full voidling. Hollow gaze. This eyewitness witnessed primordial chaos, the architect of decay. This eyewitness shadows take shape, the birth of the Black Cradle. Witnessed transcendent mutilation, the ultimate form of reprisal. The downfall of existence and the birth of the raw spawn. There's gotta be some more crude beings somewhere. Maybe not. No, should be. Gave them all. an aberration of existence to be annihilated. Creature of the great vacuum, hated and scorned. Blessed Void allows one to fathom divinity in execution. That's all three. The Desire of Titans. Amid necrophosis in damage and despair, an ancient breed of organism began their transmutation. Within the depths of their overwhelming physiology, a framework was formed, with design strong and expansive enough to aid the cycle of creation and nurture its relentless drive to shape life. Each cognition a temple that mirrors the will of creation. Though still decaying and subject to the curse, the designs within remain beyond the reach of chaos.
The valley ahead is a path reserved for gods and their chosen. Only a vessel of worth may cross its threshold. Prove your divinity to me. Retrieve the artifacts sealed within the Forgotten Worlds, and I shall grant you passage.
There is a lot of dialogue in this game that's way too quiet.
The Old Ones have blessed you. Their whispers echo in the hollows of your soul. Only a vessel of worth could endure the madness that lies ahead. Go now and tread where lesser beings would unravel.
Ooh. Get fucked. It's a massacre. Open the seal of death.
Behold, the bearer of rebirth, the dying ember that believes itself a sun. You have walked far, yet still you are not whole. A voice lost, a face shattered. Come closer, consciousness. Stand before us and rejoice, for even tools may bask in the presence of their makers. Look upon what you've become, a hollow echo. Scour the galleries of forgotten faces. Reclaim the shards of your old self, for even stars forget their names in time.
Ooh. Peculiar strain of villainy, an offering to one above gods. Gods feared what they could not control. A force that spoke and the cosmos obeyed. They called it blasphemy, they called it power. The face was not flesh, but a conduit. A vessel for the words that burst stars. It was taken and the stars dimmed. The mask was once a face, whole and unbroken. A voice that could unmake the gods themselves. Now it lies fractured, a relic of what was. Wisdom cast in stone, a forgotten shard of self, soul veil, fragment. Part of infinity, binder of the end. In the beginning there was a voice. A word that bent the void into shape. But silence followed and the void reclaimed its throne.
Rejoice, for the husk has found a fragment of its forsaken self. Complete the pieces, wanderer, and tread the path that even gods fear to walk. But remember, even the path to divinity is paved with the bones of those who came before.
icon of chaos, defiler of life and death. Sweet. In fetid Morgana lies misanthropy, the shape of chaos. Despised by all, he stands as the emissary of decay and the founder of ruin. This chaos exists neither above nor below the cyclical laws. His form and their stretch across all dimensions, forever entwined in an endless dance of destruction and creation. If necessary, more flesh and bone will be formed. Is it just straight up Cthulhu? Yes, it is.
arrived. There is a seal, an ancient relic, once used to keep a great force locked in slumber. Long ago, others of my kind stole it to shape a universe of their own. A world that crumbled and turned to dust. The seal is lost now, scattered and forgotten. Find it, and I shall claim what was torn from me.
Incarnate Devastation, the oldest corpse, a tool wielded by the Architect of Decay, a force of pure destruction that tore throughout the cosmic tapestry, ushering in the defilement of all that exists. Eons of decay mark the beast, yet he lingers, for it is he who must bear witness to the final destruction. His will and that of creation are bound to the end, and from their union, a shape shall rise through which the tints of flesh will regain their splendor. Perpetrator of the mind and carver of flesh. Or embody the subterration of thoughts. The nut enters. Usurped Genesis. Seal of a broken cycle, failure unfit to bring forth creation. Sculpts the movements of another. Leech of cognition, self-conduct. All in place. Oh man, that was a great game. I can always appreciate a short and sweet game. The visuals in this one were absolutely amazing. Especially that void area with like that background. I guess it wasn't exactly a black hole or something, it was... I'm not sure. It looked really damn good. A really small team too. Only a Hungarian localization. That was a treat. Oh yeah, I guess you could start a new cycle. It's as if the world has come to an end once more. Fucked up. Well yeah, there we go. That was Necrophosis. Really cool game. I enjoyed that throughout. I had a lot of trouble finding some of the stuff in the earlier areas. There was just a lot of background and it made me think that something was hidden from me. When they were actually in pretty obvious places. But yeah, there we go. I'm thinking of playing some Mafia tomorrow. I still have a free day because I have a Saturday shift coming next week. So maybe we'll start the Mafia trilogy. I think I'm wanting to play through those since there's a new Mafia game coming out soon. But yeah, I'll see everyone for the next stream.